Hello, all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the
like every 5 seconds or so.
Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Minions of the Zoo. It's a Sunday evening. I'm subbing for Quiz. I apologize for the buffering issues. The internet doesn't want to cooperate with us, but I'm your host, Adam of Veggie Clan the First. And with me, thankfully, God bless, we have JenTMaxi
Hello.
and Kefki.
Bless you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kefki.
No, are you sneezing or are you saying my name?
I just love saying your name. I can't help it.
Oh, so, okay. Alright. Adam.
Hey.
Hey.
And that's been a thing for a long time. I've always said your name in a very big, explosive manner. You
Yes.
just can't help it. Kefki.
No.
But yes, it is Sunday evening, and
Somebody named you in the Gowsers when you did that.
the what?
It sounded like you got kicked. When you did that, it sounded
Oh.
like you went to say something, you got kicked.
Well, sometimes sometimes you need that swift kick in the ass to have a quick reminder of the reality that you're in. Huh?
Ah.
I don't know.
Is it still buffering?
I don't think so. I don't know. I
I need to
mean,
refresh.
on our end, it seems okay. Yeah, let me hit refresh on the YouTube
it's
screen.
good.
Cool.
I see that.
I gotta tweet out the link. Wait, I did already, didn't I?
Yes, that's what I just did.
Oh, you're so
That's
good.
okay.
You're so wonderful. Don't use
Um,
my Twitter.
So yeah, we were talking before the show started about a topic, um, a topic of pronouns, and um, I'm looking at it as multiple avenues of, I guess, the culture war manifesting. Um, Not only do you have just the push of, hey, just accept this ideology, um, but you also have, pervasiveness in culture. Um, you're seeing the response of certain peoples, be it exaggerated or not, um, and also its consequences and what's gonna come after. Uh, Honestly, I think anybody who sits there and uh, paw the slippery slope anecdote, I think, sorry, you're old news, sir. We've gone way past the point. Slippery slope is real, and this is what happens. You give these people an inch, they are gonna ask for a mile. It was a cute storybook when you give a mouse a cookie, but now the mouse is demanding that you play into uh, their psychology, and it's just at this point, when do we say, hey, we just we don't want this? I just want to watch a movie. I just want to read a book. I just want to play a fucking game. I don't want to have to deal with narcissistic viewpoints.
I am lighting up an awful lot. Is there noise bleeding through my headset?
I am
No.
sorry. That's my voice, and I apologize for the
No,
horrendous
I just wanted to
cacophony.
know if you had echo.
Oh,
Because
no.
I noticed that I'm lighting up a lot, and it's when you're talking, and I didn't know if I was causing echo or anything.
Wait, am I giving an echo?
No.
It would be my headset.
I wait for
I
Cynic to
totally
say
did
something
it.
though, because
Um,
that way we know.
Sorry.
I
That's
mean,
a cat though.
you both sound good on my end. So if I'm echoing, please let me know. And
So,
I can.
so one of the things that the people who are like, oh, you guys are making a big stink for no reason. The thing that they're forgetting is the most important quote. This isn't being targeted at adults. It's not. It's actually being targeted at children. Believe it or not, a lot of kids who are probably in that age group where they're developing still mentally, that's a lot of what that game is geared towards. A lot of these games are geared towards. So as much as they're like, yeah, slippery slope, that's being geared towards children, not adults. Because we can get irritated by this stuff and complain about it. Kids just start to think it's supposed to be normal.
I mean, that might be the intention, though, isn't it? Like
Mm-hmm.
to when it's hey, just don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you. And it's like, well, we've seen this before already. Like I've seen the meme where it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, you're looking at memes, but it's true. You've seen, it started with Star Wars. Everybody was like, yeah, just let it happen, and now we have bullshit, bland, stale, fucking Star Wars. This is what they do. They don't have any creativity. This is just a flag in terms of this is where they're going. You know where they're going with it. I don't know.
It is kind of like that, and in all honesty, it's not even being done very well. It's part of what makes it so offensive. I'm not saying that this isn't stuff they probably didn't do when we were kids.
Hold on. Hold on. That's a really good take. If they actually managed to pull it off where the characters were convincing, the story was captivating, everything just worked out right, and they still had their weirdo messages behind it. You can make the argument, okay, well, they actually crafted a decent product. There you go. But what we're looking at is bullshit. It's like bare bones shit, and that's I think where people get annoyed. I mean, just looking at the AZ his rant, when he was doing his playthrough, it's so predictable, and that's where it's like, okay, dude, I don't want to play this shit. I don't want to have to hear this person be like, I'm a bee bee bear ba boo ba boo ba boo, hitting all these checkpoints, and it's like, I just wanted to play a game, bro.
I don't think they realize that part of the reason why they like certain characters from people is because they like their personality. I've seen it explained sometimes by people who honestly, I don't think that they are what they say they are in the first place. And it's just, they're taking it from, I don't even know where I'm going with this. There's so many angles with this where there's problems. It's just, and I feel bad for anybody in that community who's just dealing with their own life.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much, because you're keeping me afloat. Look, I went when this first started. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. It was kind of muddled because I kind of understood what was going on, but it was difficult to formulate what exactly was going on. A week later, you started seeing the rebuttals from his outburst, AZ's outburst. Um, and you started seeing the lines kind of formulating. Uh, and we get to now where I watched 3 videos. Um, V, uh, Razorfist, I believe, and
Mhm.
Melanie Mac, I think her name is. Um, she eats butter or something like that. And all of them kind of painted the picture of what exactly the attack pattern is, and why we should be sounding an alarm. And AZ, oh, he's shouting at the camera, and well, yeah, he's also an entertainer. That's his job.
Mhm.
That's what he's supposed to be doing. Um, I guess if you watched his content, he was streaming the game prior, so it wasn't just I'm gonna put it on the camera for 10 minutes and scream at it. He was playing it. Um, but V, Razorfist, Melanie Mac, V bringing up what exactly um, the pronouns mean and in relation to trans people. And again, this is I think where you were going with this, Jen, is it there V brought it up that yes, they're using trans people as a shield. But I've brought that up before, where it was even before it was gay people who were being used as shields for ideologues. Trans people are being used as a shield for ideologues. Do they really have pronouns? And this is where the razor fist brought up, because are you if you're transitioning and you're given the choice of male or female, well, wouldn't you just go with that? There'd be no need for pronouns. Like it makes no sense. And then, but I think Melanie Mack brought it up with the cap of it was even outside of those arguments, it comes to the actions of the people, and the actions of the people is harassment. We start seeing these people who are the ideologues who start harassing people who do not.
All ideologues, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Oh,
matter who you are. Oh, I might have my.
no, it's okay. It might be my OBS. Uh, it should be good. We're still aloft.
Okay, but can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. My stuff is being weird with Discord. Sorry if you guys heard me yelling a little. I pulled a Kefki scream. But it's the ideologue part of it that's really getting to everybody, because it doesn't matter who you are. You could actually just be trans, and I've seen trans people be like, "Yeah, you're taking me away from my own immersion into this game." Because this activism thing has to rewrite the whole system to cater to it.
Yeah. And
And
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think that's really a lot of the pushback that they're seeing is they actually want the whole world to cater to this vision that they see. And I hate to break it to them, that would actually cause the erasure of both women and gay people. Uh,
I mean, and at what point do they know that that's what they're going at, or do they?
They don't care. And I mean, that erases trans people too.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it does. And it's being pushed on children. And at the end of the day, we already have a massive amount of a health problem globally. So the idea of pushing more of it on people just seems heinous. I don't have any problems with people who are just living their life. I did take a break from my own personal friends just because up here it's breathed down our necks. Political shit like this is just breathed down your neck. And I feel so bad for the kids. Like, like they might be gay. Okay. you know? And maybe some of them are trans. But a lot of the problem is there's so much ignorance based off of what that even means. Like legitimately, Mr. Adam, ignore TikTok to begin with, because a lot of those people are malicious to begin with. I think a lot of them are malicious, you know?
Oh, definitely.
But there's also like a level of it where you don't push so much advice on people, you know, and also it's screwing with the mental health community. Like I've actually started listening to some of the psychiatry or the psychiatrists coming out of that, and a lot of them are horrified about this stuff being pushed on the kids. Like, you know, they'd really like to talk and they can't because of these activists. And this puts normal people who are just dealing with trauma a lot of the time at risk because nobody knows what they're talking about. And that's why I've tried to boost people in that community who legitimately sound like they've gone through a system where they've talked for more than a few years and they're adults, you know? Like Buck Angel is an example. I will throw her name out. Sorry, his name. That's autism. If he has her problems, I have mine. But with all due respect, he's an adult, you know?
Well, I mean, that's where I have issue with it because I don't like people I don't like the ideologues using people as a shield because
Yeah.
again, there are very good trans people that are out there just trying to live their life, and it sucks that they get lumped into this bullshit when it's not the case. And
Mhm.
that's why when they started bringing up, trans people with the pronouns, it's like, well, I don't really think trans people are doing the pronoun thing. I think it's the people who are upset that, oh, no, you can't add a mod to remove this option because, ooh, genocide and oppression. It's like, well, there's no genocide, there's no oppression. Like, knock it
No.
off. This is
It's
ridiculous.
most of the negative response has been to what is very clearly men trying to take advantage of a situation. And I am saying that. I don't care if they want to call me a turf for it. But if you don't think I can tell
I
the
would never
difference
call
between.
you a turd.
No, I'm just saying, if you think I can't tell the difference between a pervert and somebody who looks like Eve or like Blair White, I'm sorry, I'm not retarded. Also, neither of those people have ever advocated to go into a bathroom specifically with children. Like, there's a huge difference between the two, and I'm tired of this attempt to put wool over my eyes. I know I don't have children of my own, Mr. Adam, but the thing with being female and maybe just mentally healthy enough to have these instincts, but I don't need to have children to have a bear instinct come out of nowhere, you know? And
Um,
men actually have that too.
uh, uh,
Papa bear syndrome,
yeah,
you
well,
know?
look, I don't have children, but I have just, I really didn't want to have to bring this up, but you brought it up. Oh yeah, no, I'm fucking kicking stones over for my niece because I can't. I, I want to help them, but it's out of my purview type of thing. It's guys get that too. We want to protect our families. We want to be able to make sure that we're being taken care of. I mean,
It's
honestly, I think it's a natural thing.
well, it absolutely is. Like
Ew.
what
Sorry.
one of the video types that I've seen are, fathers reacting to these weirdos following their daughters into the bathroom. And I'm like, yeah, I don't blame the guy at all. Yeah, in front of this dude, this absolute degenerate tries to follow his daughter into the bathroom. And he's like, no, motherfucker. You ain't what you think you are. You ain't following my daughter.
No.
And I'm sorry, like...
I don't care who you are. You don't be following nobody in the bathroom like that.
Yeah, that's
It's
gross.
also... I'm sorry with the TikTok ladies, but I'm gonna have to start pulling the I'm an adult move. And if I see them with their fucking cameras out, I'm gonna have to say, no, you can't do that no more. No, you do that at home. Not in public. Because that part of TikTok is being picked up by this. And at no point should cameras be out in a public setting where people are using the washroom. Ever. That's stupid.
This is fucking
That's
weird.
gross.
It's just...
They used to have signs back in the day where it says you can't have your camera out in the bathroom. Because people would be gross, and they would film things and be gross. You know?
It's called voyeurism.
Gender does not matter. People can be gross. All different kinds of peoples are gross. And I wouldn't want anybody following my kid in any bathroom or in a changing room or anything like that. And yeah, if it looks like somebody's following my kid at all, I get very pissed off. And I would insert myself too.
I think it's the evolution of stupid shit like the people who have to film themselves everywhere, like the gym and wherever they go. And it's just like, no, actually, you really can't. Sometimes you just can't. Some places I get that they twist some of the lines because it's still public. But if it's in an area where, yeah, those rules have always been there.
I mean, first off, it's like if you're at a store or something, that's not public. That's the store property. That's private property. You're not supposed to be having your camera out in the bathroom like that.
Exactly.
That's that people are like, oh, I'm out in public shopping. No, you're actually in a building shopping. That you're in Walmart. Let's say it's Walmart. You're in Walmart's building. You're not in public. You want to be out in public, then go outside and walk down the sidewalk. There's your public.
Well, what?
In the same token, there are still rules that apply where if you shouldn't be walking naked through Walmart or stuff like that. They can get you for that. But it's all based on the owner of the storefront's rules and regulations and so forth. And most places don't want you taking a camera into the bathroom.
Kefki,
that's gross.
You are drawing some very strong points, and I would also add, what kind of decent person would even think to do so?
No.
You're in a restroom. Use the facilities and get the fuck out. You're done. Like, right? What in the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the narcissism thing. It really is. It's in so many aspects of current day life. And I think people, normies even, need to kind of just call people out and remind folks that living in society is an agreed thing, that we all have rules that we've agreed upon. They've been written into laws, and yes, those vary based off of where you live, but a lot of those are meant to keep all of us safe. And if those are being abused, then obviously you're going to have people trying to twist the rules. And I've been called, like, when I was young, I tried to use a family room. You know, I didn't think anything of it because I was just a dumb kid. But yeah, I had a woman, you know, set me aside and be like, listen, I hate to break it to you, but women actually do kidnap children, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So when they pull shit like that, like, I don't know if they're aware of this, but that's not actually true. Real life, you know, people can remember real life, and they're like, yeah, you know what you just said was crap. So no, we do have places that are designated for certain people. And no, I don't use the family room. Unless it's a single-use bathroom, which means that's how it is, and everybody waits their turn for that shit. And then regrets it afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad that we have to have this, but yo, we have to live with your head on a swivel, you know? It would be nice to live back in the days where you can leave your doors open and
Okay, but those days are long fucking gone.
well,
You
I
know, even when I was a kid, those days were long fucking gone. I mean, you can't do that.
Kefki, I'm
It's
older
not
than
that
you,
kind of world.
and those days are
I
long
know. Sorry.
fucking gone.
It's just it's irritating.
It
So
is.
very irritating.
It is. And I think that's one of the issues that I see a lot of times is this weird cognitive dissonance of people with reality. They, oh hey, just go do X, Y, and Z, and then you'll accomplish this, and it's like, well, you can't because that's not how things are going right now. But then again, you just gotta trudge along. We're
Yeah.
still stuck in the mire.
God, sorry. Oh, God.
It's also
There.
the way they're trying to capture words in such a commanding way. And I do consider that a little bit dangerous. Like, I acknowledge that culturally speaking language changes? Yes. But that's a natural evolution. Like, that comes over time. When you force it, it really does cause a lot of confusion. And it's more
Causes resentment
noticeable
when you force shit like that, too. The
Yeah.
people who would have normally had no problem with nothing that you said, now that you're going, oh, well, you have to do that, they're going to be like, no, fuck you. I don't got to do nothing.
Latinx is a prime example of that. Everybody,
Sorry.
oh no, it's Latinx. Well, actual Latin speakers do not want to use that.
Yeah, it's like...
Well, it gets to the point where I don't think they understand that it is actually causing other people mental stress. Like, it actually would. Like, a lot of the stuff that I've seen them try to explain as how you're supposed to acknowledge a person day to day to day to day because they think their shit changes every day. 2 times a day their personality changes, so you have to change how you address them every single time. Like, for a lot of people, that actually would cause mental distress. Other people have different disorders, and that would cause them to go nuts.
That might be the idea behind it, though. I mean, to cause a mental distress so that you're in a constant hamster wheel for quippers of just constant doubt, and it's just constantly causing stress. I mean, it's
So you're basically saying they're trying to drive people crazy, which is not very hard to do, and they're doing a good job then.
They are doing a great job.
Excellent. Big up job. Yay.
Yep.
But if you call this number and order my books, I can help you get out of this rut. I've manuscripted a whole series of books that you can purchase right now for the low cost of $69.99.
Just call 1-800 Mr. Adams non-existent book. That's
There you go.
1-800 Mr. Adams non-existent book.
All 3 of us
Get
are going to get a
yours
cut.
today.
And if you order now, we'll send in a free poster of Kefki and JenTMaxi giving you a thumbs up and saying good job.
Good job.
Good job.
Hey,
Oh wait, that was
doing,
behind the
you're doing
paywall.
great.
Sorry. Hang in there, kitty. You know,
Yep.
do you remember those posters of the cat
Oh,
on
yeah.
the clothesline? Those are so cute.
Man, I want to get a little kitty. That'd be nice. Life term goals. So other than that, yeah,
I
yeah.
also take issue with Haley's freak out. All of them have done something like that. I don't know why they're pointing fingers at that guy for his.
What do you mean his
Or are they
breakout?
going after him because of his age? Like, are you age shaming him?
Are you talking about AZ?
Yeah,
Oh,
because like half of the people bitching about him have had a spur gout, if
well,
not
that's what I mean.
more.
Like, they, that's why I think when I was looking at the whole ordeal, um, I think V cut it out very nicely, where it was, hey, look at all these people who haven't really done too much content recently, all of a sudden, clipping out this dude's spurg out moment and latching onto that. And it's one thing where it's like, hey, I disagree with you, but a lot of them were pretty negative uh, commentary on it. Oh, um, and yeah, it's very obvious that they were doing it to, hey, remember me? Look at my content. I'm gonna dog on this dude for flipping out on some fucking game. And it's like, I
Do
don't
they
know.
really want to do that on the internet sphere? Like, do
Right.
they really want a bunch of people who might actually resent them for being a bunch of dropouts,
Well,
as
I
far as
hate to
most
say
people are
it.
concerned?
I hate to say it, but it'd be like if I did that, it'd be one thing. Because it'd be me trying to, gain some clout. But some of these people are like, dude, you guys had a big fault. You have a big fault. Why are you doing this? If
For
if
for
if you're content with your life, you should not be complaining about other people having a spaz out. Like, just do your own thing. Look, I'm I am happy with my dove. I don't have anything to complain about. You won't see
I'm
me
not.
complain, right?
I, I have nothing to complain because I'm not the type of person to do this, but I'm saying this as somebody who's seen this happen before.
Oh
All the
yeah.
people complaining have a long list of their own internet history. It's like, and I hate bringing this one up because we actually have people watching, but anytime TJ Kirk says a damn thing, all everybody's got to say is he's got the world's tiniest penis. And he shoved a banana up his ass.
Oh my. Okay, hold on, Jen.
You know,
Look, I don't, I don't. Is that true? I don't. Wait. I don't know. I don't want to know if it's true. Okay. I don't.
thank God I ate my banana for the stream. Oh,
Oh.
Lord.
Oh.
Da 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 da
Yeah.
da. That thought.
You got
So-
Kefki singing a
Gross.
song.
Like, I'm
Ah.
not saying this to be vulgar. I'm saying that's internet.
Oh wow. Okay.
Never forget that everybody has sinned at some point. And in all
Wow.
honesty, his sin was at least funny. He's a bit of a comedian. A lot of what he does is spurg out.
I
Like,
don't know if it was
I don't-
funny to stick a banana up your ass. To be honest.
Yo!
well, I didn't watch that part of it. I heard that part and I saw the 90 where I found out how
Oh,
tiny
Lord.
he was. As far as how endowed he is. But I had that one described to me by several people who were like, "Why do you bring it up, Jen?" I'm like, "Cause
So
I heard it was
what
funny."
is- what is going on? Somebody had a problem with something in the game, and then you said they had a yeah. They complained.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, pretty
he-
much what happened was, a guy was given a preview game to try out, stream it out,
Mm.
and the first thing that popped up was when he was creating his character was pronouns, and that kind of tipped him off to he started predicting what was gonna go on throughout the game, and
Well,
sure enough, it was a lot of woke shit going on.
okay, but All right, devil's advocate here. That's where you just turn the game off and don't play that. Play something else.
Well, he could have, but he instead
Hmm.
um, stopped the game and made his opinion very vocal. Um,
Okay.
but again,
Well, I
this
mean,
is this is I mean this is his job. I guess he's
yeah.
making his money. I have a full-time job. This is a hobby. Okay, so um, you're not gonna see me flip out for exaggerated comments. I might, and that might
Okay,
be a
but
fun thing,
I'm
bonus.
sure
But
since it's his job, he knows what the interwebs is like. He should
yeah,
known that would happen.
yeah, and I'm
Um,
pretty sure he
and it
anticipated
is
this.
it is I mean, it's the nature of the interwebs to
Hmm.
gang up on people and make fun of whoever's the poke fun at topic of the moment,
But
and then
this is why I
yeah.
brought up the three videos that I viewed, and I bring up the validity of the rant in question. It's we should be sounding an alarm saying we don't want this shit in our games. And where people like Melanie Mac would say we're not the same, we're not going to say boycott. Personally, I would say I would not spend my money on these kind of games.
Well, yeah,
Y-
just you should get different types of games. That's
Yeah,
like that.
I don't
Yeah.
believe in this shit. I don't like the pronoun bullshit, so I'm not going to spend any money towards it. Not to say
Okay,
that I
well
would
then the
have
problem
either
solved.
way, but yeah, well, I mean, that would have been 5, 10 minutes of my show. But then we would have immediately turned to Terry trying to get Terry to play Dino Rex, and him saying, "Oh no, I can't play Dino Rex because we don't have Dino Rex in Australia because I'm a I didn't say that, Terry. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. You know I love you, Terry. Okay. But that's what my show would be. But other people's shows, they gotta dig into the hey, we don't, because again, yeah, it is true. Pronouns. Oh, well, I'm not gonna fucking support it, so I'm not gonna go with it. But it is. I mean, it does bring up a point though. Like it is, we gotta call them out and say, hey. I mean, like I said, Melanie Mac said we're not like the other crowd who, when Hogwarts came out, they started doing death threats and doing all that. I agree, but I also would say on our end, if you don't agree with this type of ideology and its inclusion in our entertainment, don't purchase it. I don't like that Tears of the Kingdom was $70, so I found a way to get it at a cheaper price. Like that's what we can do to try and subvert this. I mean, ultimately we're talking about like corporations and selling products and what you're buying for extracurricular activities. You
Well,
don't need to
eventually the
play these games.
companies are going to learn that they're not going to sell many products and they'll change their tune.
Yeah.
It's
At the
all
very
about money.
least, at the very least with this one, I hope that the gameplay is good enough that the people who are really looking forward to it, because my understanding is this was based off of an older game,
Hmm.
and I do feel bad for the fandoms of older franchises. I hope that this one is at least good enough, because I have watched Monkey and Satsu play Bethesda. Not every game was so crappy that I hated what I saw. I wouldn't play it though, because it's not my kind of gameplay. But I can understand, like some of them were really crappy. So I hope this one is at least good enough that it's like that. But yeah, I don't really want to purchase more of it because at what point does it destroy what you were looking towards? It's like
Well,
Master of the Universe. I was actually looking forward to that, and then I had it described to me by Maddie, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I would have found that interesting.
I mean, that is too. You're also showing these people what you want. I guess a weird side uh view of it. Um, yeah, no, that's way too out there. Okay. Um, ultimately,
So,
if you're gonna purchase something, you're expressing your approval of what they're creating with your money. So if you're going out there and you're gonna purchase a game or you're gonna purchase a video, a movie, or a soundtrack, you're telling them, "Hey, I approve," with your money. You can't do that if
yeah.
you're gonna stand still with your values and your morals. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we got to do. In terms of video games, I think I saw a comment that accurately portrayed it. Unfortunately, video gamers are simps, and they're gonna purchase the game either way. So,
Eh,
video gamers, mind you. I don't know about
meh.
any other collective.
I think it really depends on the age group too. Some of what they're still getting, and like I said, that's who they're gearing this towards.
Yeah, the younger
Because
crowd. Yeah.
it's not always their own money. Like sometimes it's, you know, it is if it's their, you know, their allowance or something, but that's still their parents' money. um, but not everybody is willing to put their money that much into the games anymore. And so yeah, you're kind of holding out for those fan favorites, but I could see people holding off purchasing them just because everything's tight at the moment. It doesn't matter where you are, in some way or another, things are kind of tight.
Yep.
So if I have to choose between a game that, yeah, I'd really like to play it, well, the reviews weren't that great. You know what? I'll hold off on buying it. You know, and if later down the road I can get it for like 80% off, you know what? Maybe I'll buy it then. Because that's probably what it's worth at that point. But I don't want to give them full price for crap. And I'm tired of the excuse of why it is crap. Because that shit's kind of annoying.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
I'm glad we have
Yeah,
a lively chat.
if you're not, if you don't wanna, if you don't agree with the game, you don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah,
Mhm.
if you don't buy it, then they don't make money. They'll stop making that. They'll make something else.
You know,
So,
and
money
I always have
talks.
the I always have this theory, like by the time it's like 80% off, so many people have played it that you know what, you'll get a proper review then.
Mm.
Well, with games, I think a lot of times it's people who have the what's that? Um, they need to be they need to be playing it when it first releases or something like that. Like,
Hmm.
um, so I think that's driving a lot of these people to picking up these games right off the bat.
Hmm.
Even though they know that the game's gonna be buggy, the game's gonna be missing features, the game's gonna be um, not not a complete package, they'll still buy it.
Hmm.
And again, the
Yeah.
comment makes sense. Hey, gamers are sims. They can't they can't help themselves, I guess. Huh? But yeah,
Well, yeah, it'll work itself out eventually. You know, I'm also not like I know I've said something similar, but it's the gaslighty shit from such old YouTubers. Like I'm not saying that stuff to puff my chest up because I wouldn't do any of that stuff. I'm a lazy person. Like I don't make a habit of sourcing shit that people used to do. I just remember it. You know? And there's just some people on YouTube that you just don't forget because of the shit that they did and said. So when they're like such big hypocrites now, and
I,
you're like, man,
I think that's where the barbed hits, you know, because it's like, dude, are you really saying this? Like, what? I swear you would have said something different. And then actually watching, I think it was Chris Raygun. going back and forth with Sargon and I can't remember his name. The cartoonist who George Exopolis or something like that.
Mm.
Um, but they were going back and forth about it, and it's like, dude, I don't understand how you do not see it. But we were talking about it on Quippers, where it was like SDA and Sophane are the same lot. Like they, how how did you miss the boat in terms of? I mean, I don't know. Hey, you have your viewpoints. You have your viewpoints. You know, I try not to assail people uh, based on what they have uh, on their mind, but at the same end to not recognize that no, yeah, you kind of change your viewpoint. I don't know. That's a weird one for me.
Like I do get that people change over the years, but
Yeah.
when your changes seem to be geared towards money,
Oh yeah, well that I guess that makes point. I'm forgetting that I'm not part of that money club. I guess it's
you know,
easier to change your mind when you get a paycheck after it.
and I get it, and I'm not gonna say grifter because I am actually a little bit tired of everyone throwing that word around as though everybody who doesn't still kind of linger with this stuff doesn't hope for their own thing. Like we're a little bit different because yes, this is just a hobby. I'm just hanging out with friends talking the shit about, politics and sometimes movies and games and shit like that. But
Hmm.
at the same time though, it's a little bit different with people who are still trying to make it big. And it doesn't matter if it's on YouTube or Twitch or on TikTok or Instagram or whatever the fuck it's called nowadays. Like I liked the Rumble because it's nice to be able to talk about things without.
Well, speaking of which, can I express why I'm not getting any views on my OnlyFans? Um, Look, I've cut some weight and I've taken some better shots. Nobody is purchasing my pictures, and it's making me sad.
uh
I'll post a link in the
Da-da-da.
description.
but that it's just it is like that. Like, everyone's trying to find some easy way to make money on the side, and it's like it's not that you can't do that nowadays. It's just that's going to be really rare because reality is people still have to work for the world to work.
Yeah. Hey, like it or not, you know, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and the alarm's gonna sound and you're gonna have to wake up, make that coffee, take a shit, take a shower, go to work. You know, like there's whether or not whatever the fuck happened during the weekend. I mean, you know, the donuts still need to be made.
Yeah. For things to function, somebody has to do it to make it work. And we can't all be on here actually making money as a living. And I'm glad I at least hope some of these guys and gals learned a little bit something about how to invest their own money because I don't think they did because the amount of times they come back crying for money makes me think they never have. But the well is drying up everywhere. And I'm saying that's reality. Like the rich people are fleeing if they're not gone already. And everybody's penny pinching. And at best you have maybe one or two people who are okay, but they're starting to bleed dry too. And everybody is working their ass off. Like the amount of people I know who, yeah, they have 2, 3 jobs. I'm a little bit lucky at the moment because I'm kind of helping with my brother a little bit, but I'm eyeballing other jobs because I kind of want another one because I'd like more money. Like
How
everybody needs more money right now to
How nuts
function.
is that you're like, yeah,
Mm.
I'd like to spend my time doing 2 or 3 jobs just to make by. Not, you know, I'm doing it so I can save up to go on a vacation across Europe. No, it's so I can make sure I can pay the light bills for next month.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the American dream.
I mean,
Or
the
a
same
Canadian
same
dream.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like it sucks when you can't go out and get an actual job. Like I would love to fix the computer, but I can't. So
Like, I don't
money's
mean to
expensive.
bring up the boring reality, but that's just the truth of it. Like 5 years ago, we aren't as rich as 5 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, look, all I know is it's always darkest before the light, and I have very good faith that we're gonna we're gonna persevere over this. It's gonna get better.
I think so too. It's the waiting game
It does suck. Waiting
and
sucks.
being tired.
Yeah, you know. Hey, sweetheart, just talk to me. Just say the message. I get it. I get it.
I think everyone gets that. Everyone does. And you're not wrong. We will get there.
Yeah, but we have to remain positive throughout this whole endeavor. And I think we're doing a good job in doing that. I mean,
No.
I think, well, okay, Kefki, you just being Kefki is well enough.
Okay.
Hey, bless you, Kefki. That's why I like hanging out with you on Mondays. Um, but
Well,
no, we gotta be positive. Uh, even Jen on
I
Wednesdays when you're hanging out with Hammer, these are things that are people look forward to watching, right? We're giving them hope. We're giving them faith. We're giving them positive fucking outlook. This
well
is this is what we can do.
I do have some positives in the future because like nothing can last forever and the bubble's gonna burst eventually, which is gonna cause some resentment and just gotta
Oh yeah.
remember to duck some of that. But at the same time though, we'll be okay because we usually are humans, historically speaking, usually are. I I'm just grateful to actually give other mediums the Bud Light treatment and actually have it apply. Listen, we live in an era where we can't do to the people in power what our ancestors used to do because that's barbaric and it's frowned upon. But if I know that I can headhunt you with boycotting your product and know that it's actually working, it's something. It's better than nothing.
It it honestly, it really is. Um, it's one of those things where wow, you really don't need these products in your life. You know, I mean, some of the smaller things, yeah,
Yes, I
and that's
do.
what you can work at.
Yes. Give me the products. What products are they? Give me. Give me.
Some of them you might need, and but that's the obstacle that you gotta trudge through, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and hey, like you said earlier, we're doing this as a hobby. Minions of the Zoo is a hobby. Shit, this is quizzes night. I'm fucking running this show because I didn't want an empty slot. I'm gonna be running tomorrow. The something.
10th. Is it the 10th? Is it the
Yes.
10th?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, great. So I get September 11th. Awesome. Jesus' birthday.
Whee!
Yeshua's birthday. I get that day. Awesome. Hold on. What are we running at here?
I'm not going to talk about that day, the day before. It does give me flashbacks. I was old enough for it. It wasn't a good day. I didn't have happiness that day, and I felt bad for a lot of people, and I still do. Every year, it's like, I didn't like how other places treated that because it was heinous. It's heinous everywhere in the world when shit happens, so don't turn a blind eye because it's the US. But also Hawaii. Don't forget about Maui, okay?
Yes, still pray for Maui,
Sorry.
especially the children out there. Um, there's
Not
still
to make light
thousands
of
of
that.
children missing.
That's
Um,
exactly why I said it.
yeah. Yeah, no,
It is it is actually important. That's why I brought it up. I'm like, I know it sounds like I'm laughing at it, but I'm like, no, that one I don't want forgotten because I don't want to think about that in their place, you know? I hope for the best for them too.
well, Jen, that's why I said, I'm glad that, I got to host the show because I can talk about some outside of what I normally do on Mondays. Um, but yeah, no, yeah, definitely pray for Maui and uh, I just hope nothing too bad happens tomorrow. Ugh.
Well,
You're living in some crazy ass times.
yeah, we are.
Oh, hey, Sarah Manting.
Yeah. And we got Kiva Dam, we got Buster Outlaws, and we had
Hey,
Cannibalistic Wizard ages ago. But I think you said hi to him ages ago too.
well, thanks everybody for joining us in chat, hanging out with us on this impromptu Sunday evening, and thanks again, Jen, for joining in Kefki. Uh, it very much is a pleasure to have some fresh voices to chat with. It's sad that we didn't get Donkey. I know you wanted to talk to Eeyore.
He probably fell asleep.
Well, as it
Yep.
is for donkeys.
It's all good. I'll catch up with him one of these days. Like I said, I just haven't talked to a few folks from Ontario in a while, and I'm just
Tabernock. Or
yeah.
whatever he says. Uh, maybe we'll get Sora Luna to hang out. Have another
Yeah.
Canadian fest.
Yeah, she's another one I worry about. I mean, she's not near the fires, so I'm not worried about that, but she's from the island of crazy people, so I sometimes worry about that.
Are
She
there
laughs at
still
me when I say
fires?
that too.
Are there still
Oh,
fires going
yeah.
out?
Yeah.
Fucking shit. See, there's another thing.
Every time I think they're done, I go outside and I'm like, oh, look, soggy smoke smell, and it's not a barbecue.
I mean, my favorite is that some trees learned how to evolve fire-resistant bark, and that's why those trees didn't burn, but the trees next to it burned. It's like, are you fucking, bro? is nutso-matic. Isn't it funny how the houses burnt down, but the trees didn't in California and Hawaii? Yep. Um, Not to get too, hold on, where's my, tinfoil hat? Ba-doom, ba-doom. If you look into it, in Hawaii, um, a lot of the blue items did not burn. It's fucking weird. Like I said, I get, I get that you want to, okay, it's climate change. Oh, things are, this, this, and that, but to just completely omit the fact that no, it also could be, you know, people are starting fires. We
Mhm.
actually have fucking laser weapons, and these could be things that are done maliciously. Like, I don't understand why this is so far from people's purview. Like,
It's very. A lot of people are being blind about the fact that there's a lot of ways to start fires without a lighter or matches. You
well,
know,
even with this,
like.
the recent, the fires in Greece, they arrested 79 people
Mhm.
for starting arson. But
Mhm.
when the fires were first started, it was, oh, it was climate change. And then all of a sudden we find, oh no, actually, these people started the fires. And the same
Yep.
thing happened in Oregon or Oregon or Washington. I think there was a series of fires that were started, and then they found out it was some arson that did it. It's like, I get that you want to help the environment and you think that climate change is real enough to the point where we have to do something, to work around it. But to just draw these actions as, oh yeah, no, this is a normal thing, you're not helping anything. Like, you're fucking adding to the fire. You're adding gaslight to the fire. Woo. Yeah.
It's it's madness, is what it is. It's unreasonable madness. If they don't get their way, they're gonna make it happen. They're like, well, you're making the climate change. That's just for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I just I just want to see them try it when Canada does what it always does every year, because it's gonna snow. Like, you
Oh
can
yeah.
light fires in snow. It's a pain in the dick, though.
How are they gonna say climate change in the snow?
House fires where you're like, clearly that was arson. Prosecute somebody before they kill people. Or more people, because they already have. And that's part of my problem, too. Because, believe it or not, I don't doubt that a few of those fires are probably natural ones. But when all your resources are going to the all of the fires, because most of them were caused by humans, the little ones that we could have taken care of are now, yeah, well, they're in there somewhere.
Exactly. The areas where you actually could have made a difference passed over. Yeah, fuck it.
It it's also gonna fuck with my region. I do live in a region where wildlife likes to cross my city. It is a major city, but every once in a while, wildlife's going around is too much effort. So we're just gonna walk right straight through. So yeah, I'm gonna see more coyotes. I wouldn't be surprised, and yeah, you can laugh at me for saying it, but we get the odd cougar. But they're serious because they'll go after dogs or small children, and sometimes adults
Oh
if they're big
shit.
enough. But I mean, they'll freak out after a while. Like, they get close enough and like, yeah, this is too many people. Um, you get the odd bear, but that one's rare. You guys get those too, by the way. They just wander in. They're like, oh, I don't think this is a good place. I mean, they might eat something first.
Yeah, well, okay. Uh, you make it sound like it's nothing. We're already planning the next Minions meetup out in Tennessee, I believe, and the campsite that they were looking at, um, it had warnings about how to deal with the bears, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, one of it was like, make yourself look as big as possible. I'm like, dude, bro, I'm 5'5", dude. There's no making myself look bigger than this. I'm fucked. That bear has won.
Yeah, I will just grow 5 more feet. out of nowhere. Wish I had that skill sooner.
I'm
You,
like,
you know how to deal with bears in Tennessee?
no, you don't go
Oh,
to
yeah, I can
Tennessee.
tell you though. I can tell you though. Camp at a hotel.
Yep,
Don't go out in the wilderness
I am staying in
because they'll
Chicago.
eat you.
Yep.
No, we get lots of bears.
Well, only if I can hang out with Kefki and Eve, because I believe that's the goal. So I will fend off bears to hang out with Kefki and Eve. That's for sure. Fuck yeah.
I mean,
Don't know.
I got lucky because I got some littler animals. Like there's a hawk absolutely living in my area.
A hawk?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a hawk.
Yeah.
I took his picture and I looked him up and I'm like, yeah, you're a hawk. And I think he's got a wife because there's another one, but that one doesn't show up as often. But he's
You know
all
what
like,
they-
look at me. And the pigeons are like, oh fuck no. And I think that's why he's there. I think
You
he's
know
like,
what they
pigeon
don't
tastes
warn
good.
you about? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I hear
no,
you
you're good.
now. I heard you talking. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I'm done.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry. I was having some lag or something because I heard you start talking. I was like, shit.
No, please. Go ahead, sir. No, you.
But that's something that we got a lot of that can be a real problem. They don't really tell you what it's about are buzzards. You don't want to make a buzzard mad.
The
Oh,
hell's a
Lord.
buzzard? Like
A buzzard.
like one of those bald-headed buzzards? Like a vulture?
No, no, it's a buzzard.
What's a buzzard?
They're kind of more like a crow.
Are they?
No, it's like a vulture.
Do they eat
basically.
people?
If you're dead, then yes.
Fuck.
Well, no, they'll sometimes attack your ass. They'll
Well,
follow you too. They'll fly through the sky. They'll follow you because they'll be anticipating you keeling over and dying or something. They'll follow your ass, and then you go take a nap. You got a buzzard on your face trying to peck your nose off.
okay, so
Like,
I have to deal with bears and these buzzards?
bears, wolves, buzzards, mountain lions, coyotes,
wolves?
wolves. Wait, yeah. Oh, wild hogs. You gotta
I
watch
don't
out for
know.
wild hogs. They will
Okay,
eat you. You don't want
look.
to fuck with the wild hog.
The worst we had at the Wisconsin Peninsula was deer ticks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no,
Them, skeeters,
I don't like
everything.
those things. Yeah, but
Brown
bears
recluse,
and
we got
wolves
tons of them, and I
and
hate them.
buzzards,
And wolf spiders,
wolves, but
and yeah, brown recluse, fiddler spiders is what we call them. But yeah,
okay. I think we're gonna have to reschedule this camping outing.
the old horse flies that buzz around.
To be honest, don't trust the deer either. Like, yes, they could be friendly if they think they could exploit you for food. They
No.
might even let you get in a pet. But they'll kick your ass if they think
They will.
you're a hazard to them or their babies. So make them, food on your plate with some carrots and potatoes, because that's where they belong.
Also, people don't seem to remember deers will eat meat. They will
Yeah, they will.
scavenge and
And
eat
I'm
carcasses and stuff.
fairly sure I'm like 60% meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like,
I'm building a wall. We need to build a wall. No, yeah, no. If anything, I've been playing enough Age of Empires and fucking Total War. That's the natural progression. Is look, I'm gonna set up a base camp, and then outside of the base camp, I'm gonna build a wall. And if I study from Caesar, I'm gonna build a wall around the other city. So I'm gonna build a wall outside the wall.
Mm.
Multiple walls. Fuck that. No deer's gonna come into my base.
I'd be more worried about coyotes.
Coyotes?
Mm.
Well, as long
yeah,
as nobody's...
they'll steal your little dogs if you have little dogs.
Yeah.
Get bigger dogs.
Oh. Well, I don't think Quiz would bring Jake so I think he's fine.
Yeah, good.
Good old
Good.
Jacob. Whoa, there we go. Yeah. So I think we've hit an hour. I don't know if how you two are feeling.
Y'all got rifles. If y'all are going camping, are y'all gonna carry any buckshots or rifles
Uh,
with you?
well, that's a certain feeling. Um,
Because, no, seriously, like, if y'all are coming out to Tennessee, then y'all are going and camping out, even if it's a campgrounds, you should probably carry a shotgun or something with you just in case. Because if there is a bear, that is probably the only thing that's going to keep you from getting eaten is that,
yeah. Well,
unfortunately. Which is one of the reasons I hate camping, because there's just too many critters out there that want to kill you.
you can now bring that up with the people who are going out to Tennessee to camp. Because I am going to be staying in the safe city of Chicago. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Waka waka.
Mm.
Be more
So
terrified of Chicago than I would be of out in the countryside with little animals frolic
And try to eat your face.
and trying to eat your face.
right. So okay, I got a couple of things to man up before I can get to the Triforces. Eat onions and go into the wilderness and in the East Coast, Virginia, Tennessee area. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the procedures for the closing of the show. Jen, thank you so much for joining us. It is a rarity to have you hang out on a show that I'm fucking hosting. So thanks again. Oh, Adam, it's so great to have you ask me to be on, and I had a fun time hanging out with you. It was really fun, and
Jen, you sound off. You
I
sound
know.
very strange, dear.
Well, uh, it's the Canadian air, and you know, it makes me sound weird.
Oh, right, right.
I had
Weird.
to have an accent.
Go on there, dear.
Sorry, I had to walk away
I
for a
know.
second.
Well, there's two Jens. Oh,
Is
come
there
on.
two gens?
What
Uh-oh.
kind of world is this?
Did
He's
did Discord
Right
have
here.
a
no.
conniption? Okay.
You had an Irish accent for some reason. But Jen,
Hmm?
thank you so
Yep.
much. I'm uh looking to close up the shop.
Okay, I thought
And
as much. Sorry.
I wanted to know if you had any parting words for the show.
um. Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Hmm.
And strategic planning is knowing when to go, and when you can sneak it out before a bomb hits, you should do that, which is what I just did. But also, everyone should come and follow us on the Minions. I know I joke about going on Rumble because I think Rumble's been a lot of fun. Like I'm enjoying that part, but join us on YouTube too. Like give us a shot. Forgive the YouTube buffering because I think YouTube's just mad at us all the
Yeah.
time, and everybody. To be honest, they're mad at everybody. Um, and
I.
no, you're good. You're good.
Hey,
I've got one last thing. I'm proud of my store because they haven't put out their Halloween stuff yet. But I'm also frustrated because it means it's in my back room
They
still.
haven't put out their Halloween stuff yet?
Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
know. That would frustrate me too.
Well, look, they don't need to put out the Halloween stuff just yet. They can give it some time. Is there any way, any place we can
Actually,
catch you?
Thank you.
Jen, how do we catch you outside of Minions?
Oh.
Right now, pretty much the Minions until I redo everything. I had my computer on the fritz last week, and I haven't really uploaded anything. Like, I don't even have OBS yet. I have to re-download that shit. But when I do something again, I'll let everybody know. I'm kind of just drifting a little bit until I set that up, which I will eventually in the future.
Hey, it's all good. You're drifting, but you're still creating, so
Yes, I
it's
am.
all good. Kefki?
Something but.
Chicken butt. Anything you want to add to the outro before we hit the and hey, did any of you want to do the outro proper?
Just let it happen.
Oh, is it still my turn?
Yeah.
You asked me and then you went into a second question and then
I apologize.
confused me.
So no, yes, you're right. You're right. 100%. So, Kefki, anything you
Yes.
would like to close off with?
Do not do a panic. Everything is the normal.
I agree. Do not panic.
No. Do not do a panic. Do not do a panic.
Well, don't
Adam.
do a panic.
Do not do a panic.
Well, I'm not gonna do panic.
Okay, don't
All right.
do a panic.
I won't.
Everything is the normal.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I
And
have okay.
And don't take no wooden nickels. And somebody buy me a computer. I'm sorry, I should have said that. It's the top of my brain.
Wait, bomb your computer. Hold on, is that why I've been having issues with my computer?
Probably.
What did you do to my computer?
I'm doing nothing to your computer.
You know, Kefki, this is, I mean, in all seriousness, I need my computer to run so I can at least do, basic functions. But
Computer.
listen, you hacker. I'm not going to allow this type of stuff to happen on my computer. Okay. We'll have this discussion off screen.
Okay. No hi. No hi.
I think we're good. This has been the okay. Wait, let me make sure. Okay. Right. So this has been the Minions of the Zoo. I've been your host, Adam of Veggie Clan the First. Thank you, Devi. My guests, Jen and Kefki.
No, he's just saying your name there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Yeah, I said hi.
trying to.
Have a good one, guys. Let it happen.
And Lodimer. There was a Lodimer tonight too. You forgot about my Lodimer.
Oh, Lordimer.
He was here, dude. He's still here.
And no, yeah. And thank you, Lordimer.
I'm not here.
Y'all
No,
have
no.
a wonderful evening. God bless and take care. The zoo is closed. I love you all.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night, Debbie. And outro.
Rutabaga. Sorry, that's. No, because I froze. Minions of the Zoo is recorded in front of a live studio audience on videotape, VHS, Blu-ray, DVD, the interwebs. Buy it now, $14.95.